Welcome race fans to East to West Racing off-season. We're out here having a good time tonight at Road America. This is our off-season race, and we are running a multi-class race just for fun. We're doing a fun race in between the regular stress of the seasons. We're going to be doing 4 weeks of off-season. And let's see, we'll say hi to me here. Howdy. Gotta turn my light on. Hang on. I'll be right back. We have 4 weeks of the off-season. We're going to be running a couple of multi-class races. We're going to be running one race with the GR86s, which will be a lot of fun. That'll be at Road Atlanta. Small course, tight. And then we're going to go even tighter. And we're going to run the GT3 Cup Porsche, which is a no anti-lock brakes, no traction control Porsche 911. Very hard to drive. It'll be a blast. We'll be doing that one week 3 of off season. And then we'll come back here to the multi-class, running the hybrid LMDH BMW with the GT3 cars for the last race of off season, and then we are off and running to season 7. So let me show you guys. Let's see if I can get this on the screen. Big shout out to JNR Craftworks, our sponsor here for the JNR series, which is right before this race. Let me see if I can locate the pictures of the trophies that are coming out for the winners of the series. Some really cool stuff. It's going to look a little clunky. I'm just going to drag it over. But this is going to be our trophy. This is the trophy for season 6. And Morgan Teggy took the win. And this is these trophies are made by JNR Craftworks. So that's the one for the champion of the GT3 Challenge Season 6. Sponsored by Stair Fittings Incorporated, Grandpa'sKitchen.com, JNR Craftworks, and of course, right here, Bigg Wizurd TV. That's one. We had a team battle, and the team battle was also won by Morgan on the last race. They got by Bad Bod Racing on the very last race. These are lit up acrylic signs in wooden frames. With the little controller box. You can see the little controller box. They light up, and they're absolutely beautiful. The team winners have these. Morgan Teggy, Joe Fierro was the team. Fueled by Malt was their team name. And big shout out to Jeff. I mean, quite amazing work getting these things. And then there was the JNR Craftworks GT3 Battle. This season, that one's going to be called... Now, this is slate. This is a beautiful piece of stone with a coating over it and painted on it. They're gorgeous, and I can't wait to see them in person because that one's going to Sean. But then we also finished up Formula 4 Dash Series, and guess who's getting that one? Yours truly. I'll be having that one here in the studio with me. Watching you can watch the broadcast and see that good stuff. All right, maybe we should pay attention to what's going on. We've got all the cars on the racetrack right now. There are 16 cars on track. We've got 6 in the LMDH hybrid V8 class with the BMW, and then 8 more. Nope, we got a lot more than that. We have 6 and 10. So 10 cars in the GT3 class. What makes this nearly impossible is these guys running the fast laps. They have to do this with all those other cars on the racetrack. So not only are they driving around, but they have to manipulate when to pass, how to pass. And under qualifying, you're trying to get by as soon as possible. You see he's going to go in the inside here. This is Philip Scott trying to get his quick lap in right now. He's P5. 2.2 seconds off the pace. Morgan Teggy out front with a 147.6. Rich Hibbs 148.2, Adam Novotny 148, Brandon 148, Philip 149. And Philip's going to try to move up. This is Brandon going across the line. And he improves, but not enough to change positions We got 4 minutes left in qualifying. He's going to try to go around one more time. He is on a burner for sure. And this is Greg Prochnow, new to our series. Oh, and we're going to jump over to GT3. GT3, Joe Fierro with the quickest lap with the 2:06.9. That's flying. Sean Williams, Dom Ford, Michael Mooney, Todd Schwartz, and the other guys haven't posted their times yet. I can tell you by people that I've seen race in this series that these guys are not slouches at all. These guys are going to be quick. And that 2:06.9, they're going to creep up on that. As right now, Joe Fierro holds the top spot in GT3 by 0.8 of a second. Back to the GTP class, Rich Hibbs. Oh, we're going to bounce around a little bit. Greg does get a lap in, but not the lap he wanted. Let's see if we can follow him around. Greg, new to the series, will be racing with us during Season 7. Good to have him on board. We're going to do a sprint race tonight and then a feature. This is... We're not going to reverse the field this week or the last week of off-season with the multi-class. I don't really want to flip the field and make a mess. Not only do I broadcast these races, but I actually am the league owner and set all these things up for these guys to race. And so far, we're having a blast here in the off-season, season 6.5, if you will. As we'll watch Greg go around and see if he can get a better lap as he goes down through turn 8, one of my arch nemesis corners. I just ran a race. I won the feature, by the way. It just happened to. Everybody else wrecked out. So, but I did run a clean race. Didn't go off that day, or that race. But turn 8 is quite tricky. And we're going to go here. We should have... No, we don't really have any time now. I was going to say we'd go around again from the cockpit. Let's see if we can do that. Here he comes across the line now. This is Dom Ford. He's pretty quick. Let's switch over to cockpit camera. I'll show you this racetrack. That's turn 1. He just went through nice and wide and fast. He's allowing an LMDH to go by. So he goes through turn 3 here. He needs to stay tight now. He had a little bit late on that one. He drove it in a little bit too deep, probably trying to not mess up that LMDH. Oh, and then he's off. He's off. That will finish his qualifying session, because once the clock ticks down and there's only a minute and a half to go, it is over. That's how it works. Come on, computer. Come on. You can do it. There it goes. Oh, as we watch Morgan wiggle a little bit as he goes around Gray Welch in the GT3 Mario machine. Looks like he's got Mario Kart going on with all the dudes on the back. Check this out. We'll watch him for a sec. This is hilarious. He's got ducks on the back. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. Great paint job, man. Gray, nice going, man. That's good stuff. As he finishes up his session. And Gray moved up a little bit, but then Alex got right back by him, so he stayed in 8th place. Let's see, Sean Williams. He is trying to find... I think he might still have time. He's got 50 seconds. He's about halfway around, though. I'm not sure he's going to make it around to the line. Right now, Dom Ford on the pole for GT3. Morgan Teggy on the pole for LMDH. I need to probably bounce in after qualifying just to let him know that we're going to rolling start. And as Mooney comes around, hits the line, and oh, barely misses Adam Novotny. That was crazy. Yeah, I think I'm going to drop in the booth with everybody. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find the booth. Vincent's going to try to get in. He did get in. Vincent looks like he did make it. So we've got one more car on the track. That's 11 in the GT3 class. I'm going to jump down in the chat here. Hey guys, okay. Just to give you a heads up, we are going to do rolling start and go on green, please. We're changing it up for the multi-class only. Next week we'll be back to, well, off season will be mixed. We'll have some rolling, some standing. But if you're new to the league and you're out front on a series, we do start on the green light. and I would appreciate it if the GT3 cars backed off a couple seconds off of the back. Everybody goes on green, but the GT3 cars will be back a little bit. Fair enough?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Got it, dude.
Have fun out there.
Go and I see green.
No race control tonight, so this is going to be just a heads up. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on the screen. You can see as they're going around here on the pace lap, or the warm-up lap. We are watching, I don't think 07 is on the track yet, so let's see. We get back to something we can see. Okay, wait for the 07 to hit the racetrack. But as we, on the right-hand top in the corner, you've got the grid. And that's going to show multi-class grid. That's going to show you everybody that's out there. So that's all the cars in... uh-oh, Adam might miss a start here. Oh, that might be bad. Yep, I think Adam just missed... Oh, maybe he made it back. Oh, he made it back. The top rolling screen, the top rolling score bar, that is going to show you just the class we're looking at. So that's going to be a little confusing tonight. You'll have to kind of watch the standings on the top right, the big block. That'll kind of tell you where everybody is in both classes. Now, as we switch, like if I were to switch over to one of the GT3 cars, the top scroll changes to the GT3 class. So that'll help you understand what's going on with the two. We are going to do a full lap around here. We're going to go around and get a nice warm-up lap in. There will be no reverse of the field in multi-class this week. We may change it next week, who knows? Or the next time we do multi-class. We're not going to flip the field this time. Just let them race. So, let's see. I think that gives everybody all the details. You will see some little C's after their names. Morgan Teggy, Rich Hibbs, Sean Williams all have little C's after their names. That means they are a reigning champion. Now, last off-season, we called it season 5.5. Rich Hibbs won that one. That was the GT3 Ferrari challenge. Everybody drove in the GT3 Ferrari. Morgan Teggy just won, as you saw the trophy a minute ago, just won the GT3 challenge from season 6. And Sean Williams won the JNR Craftworks GT3 battle that we had. It was just a 6-race, kind of a sprint, 6-race championship. Just introducing that new series. And that new series is going to run right before this race. We'll have it here live on Bigg Wizurd TV. Sponsored by Stair Fittings Incorporated, grandpaskitchen.com, and JNR Craftworks. All right, well, they're going through turn 8 now, coming around to the carousel, Calgary Downs. We do have the track corner names up there this time. They did pop up this time, so thankful for that update. We've got the rocket ships out front. These guys are running in the 147 range, 148 range with these LMDHs, and the regular cars out on track. You're going to be seeing 206, 207. Maybe we'll squeak out a 205 during the race, but you're looking at probably a 15 to 20 second gap in lap times. So you'll notice the cars are going to be, when they catch up, when the GTPs catch up with these GT3 cars, they're going to be going flying by them. You'll see it's quite entertaining as they do that. So qualifying finished. We're coming around to turn 12, Canada Corner, one of the most famous corners in North America. Canada Corner is a very tight, treacherous right-hander. It has a weird camber to it. It changes in the middle. It does have a good overshoot. If you do miss it, you can go wide, but It is quite the corner to deal with these guys going through right now in GT3s. And then pretty much flat out up the hill and around turn 13. Turn 14, you got to nail it. You got to nail 14 every time. If you do not, you're not going to gain any. You're going to lose a lot of ground going up that hill. We're getting ready to go green here. Let's go up to the front. Watch the leaders. They hit the green flag. Pace car is in. We're getting ready to go. The lights should hit green just about the top of the hill here. And there it is. Green flag is up. Bernie the flag man going nuts with that little green flag. Can't see him on this shot. Morgan Teggy drag racing with Rich Hibbs down the front stretch into turn 1. Morgan takes turn 1 first. Rich on the outside holds on for P2. Brandon Dooley in line as well in P3, followed by Greg Prochnow, who's picked up a spot there. Nope, that's Adam Novotny, sorry. Got my purple cars mixed up. Adam Novotny moves into P4, followed by Philip Scott and Greg Prochnow. That is our group. I'll have to check on Greg to see if I'm saying his name or butchering it. Oh, and we lost. Did we lose? No. Why is Adam not showing on the scorecard? It'll fix itself when it comes back around. The bottom screen shows the order as they run. And that's Morgan, Rich, Brandon, Adam, Philip, and Greg. Down through turn 8. Very easy corner to go wide on. Not for these guys, as they're pretty much close to professionals here. Whoa! As I said that, Rich Hibbs goes wide. He's going to gather it back up, though, and get back on the racetrack as soon as he can. It's so hard on a corner that reverses out. Oh, and then he catches the dirt and spins it out. Ah! Rich not going to be happy, as here comes those GT3 cars. He's going to have to wait for them. Oh, that's devastating. He's going to wait for the GT3 cars to go by. And GT3 is in a good run here as Rich starts to pull away. Now, this is the sprint. So, oh, we got action. Hold on, replay man, what do you got there? Something happened back there. Let's see what we got. The car's coming through the kink. Mooney gets a little wide in the kink. He spins out, hits the wall. He's back around. There's another car, the 19, that's Gray Welch. He's going around. And then a couple of these cars in the back. Looks like no damage. Just kind of drive through them. Keep going. Here comes Rich by as we see Mooney's car crab walking back to the pit lane. And we see this battle for P4, P3 is Sean Williams and Robert Forbes. Robert new to the series as well, as along with Dom Ford. Dom's a great guy, good driver. And Morgan has dropped back to P5. Let's see if we can figure out what that was. Replay man, what do you got? Sorry. Oh, there it was. Anyway, back to live here. Hold on. Morgan spins in. That was turn 5. Sorry, I missed that one on the replay. Couldn't quite find it, and then it found itself. So Morgan trying to gain some ground, pick up some more pace here. Like I said, this is the sprint race. Even if he does lose out here, he will be able to get back in it for the feature. No points here, just for fun. So not a bad time to have that one error. Meanwhile, back at the front, Brandon Dooley takes the lead over Adam Novotny, Philip Scott in tow, followed by Brandon running super clean here, and we got a couple cars in the pits. We have Vincent Tramontana coming out, Gray Welch coming out. Some early problems out for some of these guys our leader right now in the 48 car in the GT3 class, Joe Fierro, has a 1 second lead over Dom Ford, and then Robert Forbes did get by Sean Williams out for third. Sean in P4. So this battle here, as they come down into turn 1, is a pretty good battle here on the racetrack. Just 1.2 seconds, Joe Fierro in front of Dom Ford now. Dom just ran in the last race with us. He was running in that LMDH class, chose to run the GT3s here, and doing pretty good here up in the front in the sprint. This is going to be just a 9-lap race. We'll see where we go from there. 2:06.9 for Joe Fierro, quickest lap on the racetrack, and that's why he's in the front. He's definitely smoking out there and doing some really quick laps. Brandon out in the front. Philip Scott. Oh, Brandon ran a 1:49, but I don't think that lap counted. Philip Scott has the quickest lap recorded on the racetrack. Brandon may have had a 1X on that 1:49 lap. Philip with a 1:50.0. So, oh, and Mooney's off. Mooney is not a happy camper. He had that incident on the lap. Looks like his troubles continue. Hopefully he can get that car cleaned up and fixed up for the feature race. But Mooney not going to be happy with the performance he's in running tonight. Everybody pretty well spread out except for this little battle. It looks like Robert staying ahead of Sean Williams. Ryan Fry has caught them for this battle for third now amongst 3 drivers. Ryan in the BMW tonight running a really good laps so far. Currently in P5, and he's looking for more. He's coming up on the back of Sean Williams. Last season's JNR Craftworks battle champion. Ryan running in the 616. He's part of Atomic Racing. Season 7. Finished P5 in the team championship in season 6. Lee and Alex Good as his teammates. Season 7 will have a little bit of change to the team championship, allowing up to 3 drivers posted on a team. All 3 drivers will race each week. No substitutions, no exchanges, no refunds. 3 drivers. The best 2 drivers' times will count. So let me know who's out there. Hey, it's Chris Springer. Nice. Hey, Chris, how's it going, man? We're having fun out here on little Bigg Wizurd TV action. It's race night. Brandon Dooley's out front. And hey, would you look at that? Adam Novotny not going to let him get away. 0.6 of a second. Separate the leaders. They are in the same frame, as you can see that as per normal, black, green, and purple on the Brandon Dooley machine out in P1. Adam Novotny running some crazy purple colors, purple and black, looking good. That is in P2 in the 326 car. Philip Scott falling back a little bit in the 99, but he's not alone. He has Greg right behind him. And that is also a battle less than a second separating the leader from second and third to fourth. Morgan Teggy is 5 seconds back off of these guys, but he is gaining. Not sure we'll have enough time in the sprint to make that a reality if he's going to battle up for third or be back to the front. He will be able to get back into the feature race and get right back up there. Sorry to hear you haven't been feeling well, Chris. Hope you get better. A lot of orange juice. Orange juice. I like Sunny D myself. It's one of my favorites. Oh, and no, you got to go away. Go away. Alexa, stop. She's listening and always listening, man. She's like that lady on Monsters Inc. You know, the lead, always watching, always watching. I wish I had a little video clip of that. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, but she picked up something I said. Maybe she likes Sunny D as well. But I use it for vitamin C add-ons. That works really well. Hey, we're watching Philip Scott go around. Let's jump into the in-car. Staying in the in-car as he goes around in the LMDH BMW V8 hybrid car. And we'll watch him go around a lap. He's going to have an interesting time here. He's got Todd Schwartz in front of him in that Porsche. Oh, and Todd just lets him go by. All the way out to the outside, hits the rumble strips, takes that in second gear. That was turn 5 up the hill here. Turn 6 is tricky. You got to get this just right. And you got to start turning in blind before the corner, before you get up over the hill, so it's really hard. This one's pretty much flat out. He's letting off a little, might not have the setup he wants. Turn 8, I go wide here all the time. Miss this entry. And Philip has more GT3 cars to deal with. This is going to be all night. The GT3 cars are not going away. This is Rick Wishon, who won the GT3 race last hour. So, we got by him pretty clean. And he has Greg right behind him, still just a couple seconds back. Come through Canada corner. And down turn 14 here, the final corner. You got to get a good exit here to get up this hill. All the speed possible. It's a great place to catch. And did I predict that Morgan Teggy would catch back up to these guys and battle for third? Maybe I did. But there is Greg, followed by Morgan, and that is 4 and 5, and they're getting closer and closer each lap. Back up front, coming up on lap traffic, this is going to be interesting as we have Brandon Dooley in the front, only by less than a half a second, 0.4 of a second. Oh, and Brandon goes wide, and that lets Adam go into the lead. That was turn 5. Tricky braking spot, and these cars love to have problems on braking. Adam Novotny takes the front spot, but he has a challenge in front of him. As Brandon's still just 0.6 back, but look at these cars in front. They're side by side battling for position. This is that battle for 4th, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's Ryan Fry. Oh, and they move over. Gee, it's too wide through the carousel. GTP's on the inside, GT3's on the outside, and they make it through clean. Whoa! But that did not let Adam get away. Brandon is right on his tails. They go through clean. And they're going to have another car as they hit Canada corner. We're going to have Robert Forbes. Oh, and he just barely gives them room there as they enter Canada quarter. Oh, and he goes wide, hits the grass. That's going to give him enough to get side by side. Brandon Dooley back to the front. Wow. You know, these cars, they're so touchy on braking as they go around turn 14 up the hill. They've got more GT3s to deal with. I know exactly how that works. You're trying to feather that brake. You're trying to get into the corner correctly, get the right angle, and you just miss. You know, you just miss that corner. And these cars, the way the drive-by-wire braking is on the rear tires. Oh, and Brandon has to slow way down in turn 1. Takes him on the exit, but here comes Adam going around the outside trying to get him into turn 3, but doesn't have the room. And it looks like some clean track, at least for a minute, until they catch up with the 21 of Vincent Trontano. Nose to tail, the top spot in this race. We are on lap 8 of 9. 2 to go. 1 to go next time by in this little sprint race. Can Brandon hold on in turn 5 this time? Does it perfectly. Executes that turn as they come up the hill into turn 6, and they're going to catch up with Vincent here about the time they hit the carousel. That is going to be I don't think that's going to be a favorite of anyone. Coming down into turn 8, Brandon takes a peek. Vincent gives him the corner and lets him go. Smart move there by Vincent Tramontana, who is in 10th position and about 7 seconds back off of 9th spot. So the battle continues up front. Through the keep they go. Let's see if anybody has any more troubles down here in Canada corner. Definitely one of the spots to have troubles in. Rich Hibbs has just ran the fastest lap of the race with a 1:48.8. Holding on to that title right now. But unfortunately, no points today for fastest lap. They will be during the regular season as these guys come up on P9 Mooney in the Lamborghini. Hopefully he got that thing back where he wants it in between the two races as they go by and cross the start-finish line with 1 lap to go. This is it. Final lap for the leaders. They are almost side by side into one. Brandon takes the inside. Adam tries to go around the outside. No room there as he needs to get the run right here out of turn 3. If he's going to make it happen, this is the place to do it. As they go down through turn 4 and down into turn 5 left-hander. Brandon looks like he's got pretty good handle on this. 0.6 of a second. Adam not gaining. But Adam breaks late. Tries to get into the corner later. Does gain a little bit, but not enough. As Brandon now going through turn 6 at the top of the hill. And we're going to find out if Sean Williams, who's currently in 8th position, is going to play a factor. He just kind of slides over out of the way and lets these guys go by. As the battle for the lead in the overall in the GT3 class still nose to tail. Through the carousel they go. A good launch out of the carousel will get you a good run down into Canada Corner. If you do it right, you could gain there. 0.3 of a second now between first and second. Shout out to our sponsor, Stair Fittings Incorporated, for letting me sit here and put all this on. Great bunch of guys down there. Orders.stairfittings.com if you need anything. Look at this battle. It is getting close. Check out Stair Fittings, though. Orders.stairfittings.com. Give them a call. Tell them Bigg Wizurd sent you. Also, grandpaskitchen.com as we come across turn 14 up the hill. A good launch, a good exit by both drivers. Looks like Brandon's going to have this one as they go up the hill to the checkered flag, and that is the race. Brandon Dooley takes the sprint with Adam Novotny behind. It looks like Philip Scott has a good handle on P3. Morgan takes P4. So with the 6 drivers starting again in the sprint race, or in the feature race, that will put Morgan on row 2. The 48 car coming around the start-finish line right now to finish that series in the GT3 class. Joe Fierro finishes first, followed by Dom Ford and Robert Forbes. Pretty good race there. Dom just a little bit behind. Robert a little bit farther back. But great race there. Ryan Fry finishes P4. That'll be an awesome finish for those guys. And we are going to run a little quick warm-up in between the series here, in between the 2 races, and then we'll be back at it. So if you have any questions or want to ask me anything out here about the racing, about the league, how you get involved, what you got to do to race with everybody, it's all available. Everything is available. These guys are still, some of them still finishing up some laps. The guys that were in front of the leaders, which I think is just the 420 and the 79. That is P5. P6 was in the pits. I think he's done. That means the 79 may finish ahead. This is Alex Good running the Ferrari. He was running. I think he was running the Ferrari last time, but he might pass Rick Wishon here as he crosses. No, Rick was in the pits, so he must have. Yeah, he did. There you go. There you go. He did pick up P6. Rick Wishon was in the pits during the finish, so he went down a lap to the leaders as they crossed the line. Well, that was a pretty good run there. There's a good little 9-lapper. Now we're going to flip it over and do 18 for the feature. We're going to line them all up again and get going. They do have a little warm-up session now, so we do have a little bit of time while the drivers are off the track. But they might come out and do a little warm-up action. You never know. I mean, let's see what everybody does as the heat race still on the clock for now. We will see if Yeah, heat race ends now, and the 3-minute warm-up begins. So we got a couple minutes here. Yeah, if you have any questions about iRacing, we run iRacing.com. That's what we do at East to West Racing. They have quite a bit of a lot of selection. As you can see, we've got 7 GT3 cars. We've got BMWs. We've got Porsches, Mercedes, Lamborghinis, Fords. There's quite a few. There's Ferraris, and there's even a McLaren. We don't have the McLaren on tonight because we made room for this hybrid car. The hybrid car is there's only one. There's only one LMDH so far created. I've heard rumors that more are coming to the series, to the sim, but nothing confirmed, of course. They don't confirm anything until time's up. But let's see. Brandon, former champion Brandon Dooley, has won on Thursdays and also on Sundays, has won the championships before. No holding back from him. He's always after it. He always does tons of practice, and he's always out there to win the race every time. Adam Novotny moving up in the series. He's won a few races, picked up a couple wins last season in the GT3 series that we run, the GT3 Challenge. But hasn't put together a championship yet. But Adam only been on to the iRacing series for a couple of years, and has made some awesome improvements to be up in here racing for the lead, within just a second of the lead at the end of that sprint. Good for him. He's quite an improved driver. Philip Scott, also a former champion. He won the Formula 4 series in 2022 Season 4, right before I took that title away. I'm happy to say. We managed to squeak one out. I managed to get 10 of the 12 races in, and 10 counted, so worked out pretty good. Philip, definitely a fast driver. Morgan Teggy, current reigning champion for the GT3 Challenge, has won before, will win again. I've seen seasons where Morgan takes out, 6 or 7 wins out of 12 races, 15 races. So, excellent driver. Always on the edge, practices tenaciously, and always tough to beat. It can be done, but it's not easy. We're missing a couple guys tonight. We're missing our Josh and our Dad Bod Racing team. I know Chris under the weather, but we're missing Josh and Jason from Dad Bod Racing. They have thrown their hat in to do another season. They had the lead in the championship going into the team championship going into the final race of the season. Joe Fierro and Morgan Teggy snagged it from him, just stole it right away. I think it was thievery. Stole it right away on that final race as we get them lined up here. We're going to go around once real slow, and then we're going to let them go. I don't know why this racetrack has to go all the way around. It's like a 4-mile racetrack. So I'm not sure on that one, but 39 minutes on the clock, 22 laps on the ticker. I don't think they're going to get 22 laps in 40 minutes. Maybe 20, 21. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be close. We'll see what happens. They're going to have 40 minutes. It's going to start at the drop of the green, I believe, not on the pace lap. But we'll find out. We'll find out as they go here. As we've got the 6 LMDHs lined up right together, and then the 11. I think we still have 11. It says we do. 11 GT3 cars right behind. You can easily find that out by switching over to GT3 cars. And it will give me the number as they roll across. Joe down on the front row, Robert and Ryan on the second row, Todd and Alex row 3, Rick and Shauna row 4, Mooney and Vincent row 5, Raywell P11 row 6. Up front we have Brandon Dooley, Adam Novotny on row 1, Philip Scott, Morgan Teggy on row 2, followed by Greg Prochnow and Rich on row 3. And these guys grouped together, it's just so beautiful to watch. Those GTP cars are absolutely gorgeous. Prototypes, some may say they look like aliens, but alien spaceships. I love them. I think they're incredible. They're really fun. I've tried to drive them. I can successfully go a lap or two, but definitely a challenge. Definitely a challenge. We're supposed to have 41 minutes on the clock. It shows only 39. 22. We'll see what happens. When we get close to the end, it'll tell us if we're going to make it all the way to 22 or if we're going to cut it off at 21. iRacing does a combination of time and laps. And I think time is king. So if you get to the beginning of a lap before your time runs out, then you will finish that lap in the race. So we'll see where 39 will probably put us at lap 21 is my guess. So we'll see how that goes. It might mess up a few drivers thinking they got 2 laps to go and they only have 1. But, try to tighten that up for next week. It's hard to guess the lap times, the speeds that everybody's going to be running. I did not know that the LMP or these LMDH cars are going to be running in the 146s. I calculated the laps on 140, 149, 150, I believe. So we'll see. See what happens. It's going to be fun either way. Let's 2v1 as we're coming around through the carousel. Check out some in cars here. GT3 class. This is Alex on the outside. Brandon Dooley up on the pole after winning that race. There's Greg. Not a lot of view, right? I mean, it looks like a very restricted view, this GTP versus the it looks like a lot more view on the GT3 cars, in my opinion. Let's see a lot more. Of course, my overlays are going to the camera's going to jump around a little bit while I make an adjustment to my overlays so they're not over the top of each other. Cover up the iRacing.com logo slightly. Sorry, iRacing, not enough room for anybody. You are the host, so we appreciate you being here. iRacing.com is where it happens. East to West Racing is the league. This is the GT3 Challenge Series. We're in off-season, week 1. No points today, just fun as we'll watch this pace car dive in to pit lane and bring them slowly to the line. When the lights go green, the cars will take off. Bernie will be ready to go with the flag. There it is. Green flag is out. Brandon Dooley takes the jump. Adam Novotny right there, but I think Philip Scott is pushing this one. Let's go back to the wide angle view. Oh, and Adam Novotny takes around the outside for the lead into turn 1. And is that Morgan Teggy in P3 looking to go around Brandon Dooley at turn 3? But he will not make it this time. Brandon holds on to P2. Adam out in front. Let's see, we'll catch the GT3s as Dom has gotten by Joe Fierro for the start. We'll see if he can do anything with that as they are clean off the start in GT3 as well. Action is tight all over the racetrack here. Oh, and they have a problem. That was the 99 coming around into turn 5. He goes back to P6. It's going to take him a minute to get back on the racetrack. He is going to have to wait and get back on after the GT3 cars. Hopefully he's not going to be in the way. He did pull out in front of him, in the middle of him. No, he's trying to get on to that. So tough break there for Philip Scott as he had to wait for the GT3 cars to go by. Now this battle up front. Adam Novotny out in the point. He's got Morgan Teggy right in tow. And Brandon Dooley is on the bumper. Great start for Adam. I think Morgan's got a little bit more pace now that he's got some open racetrack to catch him. see how that goes. One little mistake, as you saw last time, took him from the lead back to P5 in a hurry. The braking on these cars is extremely different. We were talking about it before the race. The braking is actually, it's mechanical to the back and drive-by-wire to the front. So it's extremely challenging to get the braking just right. You've got to really work it, as we see Mooney in the pit lane already. Let's watch this action here as the GT3 class is really tight together. But this road had to be. He is working hard to get around him. They're battling side by side. We got a battle up here in the front with Ryan Fry trying to go for P3, P2, as Joe Fierro has gotten back by Dom Ford. And Ryan Fry is also right there. And here comes Philip Scott around the inside on turn 2. And he is going to make that work. As Dom trying to hold off Ryan. And Ryan has to back out of it. As they are nose to tail going through turn 3. Here's a really big draft zone. We'll see if it helps. Will Ryan be able to get up toe and get around Dom, or will Dom be able to hold that position? We'll check here right now. Still 0.2 of a second going on in the brake zone. Ryan right there with him, doing a great job holding right together with him, but did not have enough to get by. Maybe next time through the kink. Maybe as they come up to Canada Corner, we'll see if he can get a good launch out of the carousel, which we will see right now as they're going down into the turn to enter the carousel corner. Philip Scott has cleared these guys. Adam Novotny's still out front, followed by Morgan Teggy and Brandon Dooley. Rich Hibbs, Greg, and Philip after his error in turn 5. As we're watching the GT3 challenge, the GT3 battle for P2 on the racetrack. Through the kink they go. Dom has pulled that out to 0.3 of a second, so he's not giving anything up. Oh, and that is the 222. That was Robert Forbes. As he goes around. Oh, and he's gonna, causes problems. That was Vincent Tramontana, who had gotten himself back up to 4th spot. Replay man, let me see what you got there. I got to get this thing out of my way here. Get out of my way. That was no bueno, as we've got Robert here just losing in the kink. The kink is such a hard corner. Just touches the grass. Around he goes. Oh, and that's the 3 cars involved in that one. Once again at the kink. No fun at the kink. As Dom Ford is now definitely in third. Morgan Teggy has gotten by Brandon. No, he was by Brandon. Morgan Teggy in second. Brandon third. Rich Hibbs right behind now in 4th. Rich, always fast. Had a little bobble last race. This was a little longer. We're on lap 3 of possibly 22. Is Rich putting some pressure now on Brandon Dooley. They're not too far off the bumper of Morgan Teggy in about 3.5 seconds. No, that's the lead. 1.2 seconds to Morgan in front. A little tussle going on back here for P5. Todd Schwartz holding off Rick Wishon and Alex Good. Todd running the Porsche, branching out into the Porsche world. Porsche definitely a tricky car to drive, but once you get the hang of it, can be quite fast. And Todd has made some huge improvements over the last season. Todd, definitely the most improved driver in season 6. No question at all there. Todd was battling the back of the field, and now right in the mid-pack, right with what we call the mid-pack maniacs, which is Sean, myself, Rick, Alex, possibly Ryan. Ryan's gotten better himself as well. Ryan is moving up into that higher class, that Joe Fierro, Dom Ford class. And we can go back to that battle because he is only 4/10 off the back of Dom Ford, still hanging right with him as they cross the line, and the 222 comes out of the pits right in front of him. Will that play a factor? As these guys, whoa! Dom gets a little loose going through one. Ryan trying to come around the outside. Dom pulls over to block. As they both manage to maybe not so cleanly get around Robert. Man, there are battles everywhere. Battles all over the racetrack. Here's an interesting one. These guys have caught Philip Scott, who's now a lap down, running right behind the leader. Rich looking at that inside just a little bit, not enough there to get alongside going into one. If you can get alongside of a car, you can upset these guys. So hard on the brakes to control these cars. Oh, and Philip Scott goes wide again. Not his night. Not happy. Mr. Philip Scott with this car. Very, very challenging to drive. And do I see Greg out there? Oh, he is. He's out there. But he is ahead by a lap, so he is not going to... He's no threat there from Philip Scott. Philip Scott is ahead of him, but Greg is in front on the racetrack. Man, this battle for P3 overall. Rich Hibbs manages to get by Brandon Dooley. Maybe we can catch that. Let's see Let's follow these guys through. Here's turn one. We were watching him a minute ago as Philip goes wide. Turn three, and it looks to me like Rich Hibbs has got this turn 3 exit perfect. Brandon makes a slight error on that turn 3 exit. Rich gets the draft, comes alongside as they go down. This is replay. This is a replay. As Rich Hibbs gets around the inside, going into 5 and holds the brakes. You see the car wiggle a little bit. And the Realm Racing number 15 gets past the Dooley Brothers Racing number 14. And that is for P3, and Rich Hibbs currently holds it. Back to live. With Morgan Teggy still little over 2 seconds behind. These guys are running qualifying speeds. 148 and a 140, both 148s, quickest lap so far for Morgan and Adam in this race, and they are not taking any prisoners. Adam's still pulling away with 2.4 seconds the gap on the field. Congratulations there. Let's see if he can hold that down. Now, one of the things you got to watch out for, this is a 40-minute race, 22 laps. They probably can't quite go that far on a full load of fuel. They could probably only go about 19 laps on a full load of fuel. We took the restrictions during the off season. We took restrictions of fuel completely off. So these guys can do whatever they want with fuel. But I believe with a full tank, you're going to need some fuel save to be able to do it without a pit stop. As our leaders coming up on a huge pack of cars that are currently racing for P4. Whoa, whoa, whoa! And that was the 420, and he goes around, and the carousel gets hit by an LMP2 car. That was Morgan Teggy, and that is going to... Was that Morgan? It looked like Morgan. Hold on, hold on. On the replay here, Morgan Teggy coming through. Sean, oh yeah, that was. Oh, and Morgan off the wall, gets back on the track behind P4. He drops back to P4, but I think that damage is going to be too much for Morgan to keep going without a stop. Definitely. The 420 now not looking happy. That's going to give our leader a little more advantage now. Adam Novotny 2.5 seconds over Rich Hibbs, who has moved into second spot due to that spin and mishap between Todd Schwartz and Morgan Teggy. Back to P5. Is he going to go in the pit lane? Yes, he is. He is in the pit lane. He's going to fix that damage. They do have 2 fast repairs but that is too much damage. As you see, Todd Schwartz had to come back, and that the front tire is not even touching the ground on the car there from Morgan, so he's going to get that fast repair. Maybe he'll come back out, maybe he won't. It does not look like he's all that happy about coming out. Maybe he missed the fast repair button, or maybe he's just saying enough is enough and has dropped off the racetrack. So let's get back to the race. Morgan Tegge's dropped out, ends up P6 in this one after a T-bone collision with Todd Schwartz. Oh, as Ryan Fry goes wide there, that is going to cause a problem. Oh, he hung on to it. As here comes Rich Hibbs, the second place car, trying to filter through these cars, going into Canada corner, and Rich does not do it. Brandon gets by for P2. I told you, any little upset, anything at all that upsets the car going into one of these corners, and the brakes are just impossible to get a hold of. I have a feeling, this is just a prediction, but I have a feeling that next time we do multi-class, we have a lot more cars in the GT3 class. These things are a handful. Really, I think I said it earlier in the other race, it's like they have two modes. Driving great and trying to kill you. Those are the two modes that the GTP car has. Quite a challenge to be able to drive these things. And these guys have driven them. Morgan Tegge has driven the GTP car, this BMW GTP car, in the 24 hours of Daytona, finishing P3 in their split. So out of 50 cars, third spot. And, you know, to have an issue here, it shows you how challenging these are. A little bit of block up there from Gray Welch, trying to stay out of the way of these rocket ships coming by. This is Brandon in second. Rich Hibbs trying everything he can to get that spot back, get back up into P2. Adam Novotny is gone. 4.5 plus seconds to the good. If he has fuel to make it without having to stop, and he can run these laps like he is right now. Another 1:48.1 is the fastest lap right now, and a 1:51 last lap. Everybody's running in the 150s right now. Last lap for Morgan was a 1:49.8. He was cooking. He has since retired from the race. Sorry to see that for Morgan. He's always a great driver, great sport. No points, not a lot at stake. He's gonna gather up and try again. Another day. This battle, Ryan Fry, down for 4-second spot. This battle has not gone away. As they see Greg in P4 catching up. It looks to me like Ryan has the better speed, but he cannot get by Dom. As Dom holds on to P2, he's gonna have to get a great run. Oh, and we just saw the 222. I think he just went off. Yep, he is off, trying to stay out of the way. That is turn 14, not the best spot to be, as these guys are going to let Greg go. Here he goes around the outside, trying to follow Greg through with a little bit of a draft. Does Ryan have enough to go around on the outside? He's got him side by side, down into one. Who's going to break last? Can they both make it through the corner? They can, but Dom has the advantage on the inside. Ryan battling back on the outside of the racetrack, not going to give it up. Not going to give that room to Dom as he goes through turn 3. Dom has it. Let's see if he's got enough of a draft here. He is right on his tail. There is 1/10 of a second right now. Basically 20 feet or 10 feet, maybe 2 feet between these two cars. Dom blocking heavily down the track there. That's not really allowed. He'll have to review the rules on that one. We'll have to give him a little heads up. As he goes wide, Ryan gets the spot here. Going up the hill into turn 6 if he can hold on. Dom back around the other side of him, see if he can get back in turn 7. Ryan with the inside line. Dom got some speed there. He's going to have him at turn 8. He might be able to take the spot back. But very, very aggressive driving there. We'll have to have a discussion as they go through the carousel. It should be side by side, and this should do it. I think around the outside of the carousel, Ryan's got the advantage here. As they go through the carousel, he should be able to get him as they get to the kink. is not letting it go, though. Really good battle here. Ryan just moves in front. And Dom's going to try to take that inside lane in the corner and see if he can get a run. Ryan playing it clean, running real clean together here. Both drivers doing an excellent job back and forth. It's Ryan, then Dom, then Ryan as they do the switchback around the kink in 13 going into turn 14. Ryan has the inside line. Dom has the preferred exit line. We'll see if he can get him going up the hill, as this one is going to be a drag race. And I think he's going to have this as they go into turn 1. He's going to have a little better exit there. But Ryan is not letting it go. So this is going door to door, side by side, down into 1. Oh, and Ryan later on the brakes, does it work out? Dom was trying to be, oh, and Dom goes sliding sideways, catches the grass. That lets Ryan go. Dom was taking that inside line and had to cut in short and lost a little bit of traction. If Ryan is actually quicker, that will be a permanent spot for him as he finally gets by after, I think it was 9 laps, as we're on lap 9. I think it was 9 laps, nose to tail. Dom now the aggressor from behind to see if he can catch up hard late on the brakes into turn 5. This is where mistakes are made as you push the car to its limit. Great battle here. Let's go back to a familiar battle that we have seen before. Rich Hibbs, Brandon Dooley, 8/10. Second. Rich trying to gain. And then back to 33. Is that? Oh, that is Dom. Okay, that's Dom. And Sean Williams right behind. Sean just a second behind this pair. As Ryan looks like he has that spot in hand. Great battle. Great side-by-side battle. Going through the entirety. Oh, and Dom goes wide again. Slips a little bit. And that might give Sean Williams a little bit of advantage. Now just 9/10 as they cruise up into Canada Corner. Joe, Ryan, and Dom all running the BMW tonight with Sean Williams in the Mercedes. Let's see if we can go through the field. See if that's possible. Can we do it? Can we manage to go through the field? See where everybody's at. 4.2 seconds. Adam Novotny out in front. What a run for Adam. This is beautiful. Brandon Dooley in second spot. Brandon in the 14 car, Rich Hibbs in tow. Brandon in second spot here as they go through the carousel. And Rich in the 15 right behind as they go blasting through the kink at nearly 200 miles an hour. They'll approach about 190 as they get to the braking point as they get up into Canada Corner. Adam Novotny still with that fastest lap. 148.1. Rich Hibbs and Brandon both running the 149s. Really quick right now. Everybody's doing super fast laps out there. In P4, Greg in the 212 car. Beautiful paint job here. Screaming Lizards. This is Greg Prochnow. Maybe Prochnow. Oh, I'm going to have to find out. Sorry, Greg, for butchering your name. We'll have to get hopefully some communication with him, and hey, maybe he'll win the race, and we'll be able to talk to him. He's only 27 seconds back, so 32 seconds back. Just kidding, Greg. I'm sure you're having a good run. The gap is tough here. The gap is tough. Speaking of tough, Philip Scott a lap down here in the GTP class. A lap down at leaders, and a little bit behind him, about 8 seconds behind third place. And that was the pass right there. Let's go back and see if we can catch it. Once again, Rich Hibbs catching a draft. Brandon way out front. Brandon must have missed this corner. Down into turn 5, braking zone. I've seen this car snap. Yeah, that was it. Snaps, catches it, saves it. Great job saving the car. It goes in a little bit too deep on the inside, or a little bit too tight on the inside of the corner. slides a little bit. Rich Hibbs sneaks by. Brandon Dooley back to third. Rich Hibbs up to P2. Let's go back to live and let's jump over to the GT3 class. Joe Fierro with a 10-second lead now in command of this race. Second place in contesting, still being contested. Ryan has got by Dom Ford, but this battle is back again. As Dom now half a second behind in P3, right behind Ryan, who's in P2, followed by Sean Williams. All these guys are about just over a second apart. Dom trying to dive in here to turn 5, see if he can get the run, but Ryan executes turn 5 perfectly. Stays out in front. So Ryan in P2, Dom Ford here in the 33 car. Dom's new, only a couple weeks in on the series. Good to have him on the track. Definitely a hard charger. Out here working hard in the number 33 car. Sean Williams, champion of the GT3 Challenge, the JNR GT3 Challenge, running the Autism Speaks paint job as always. Sean, always a proponent of Autism Speaks until all the pieces fall down. We're with you. We're with you all the way. Rick Wishon in the 74, also in a BMW tonight. He is just 5 seconds off of Sean Williams in P4. He's in P5 pretty much by himself right now, running around alone on the racetrack. But he won't be alone for too much longer because here comes the leader. And really cool note here, Ryan Fry currently has the fastest lap in the GT3 class. But he has got the leader. This is Adam Novotny just 2 seconds back. You'll see how quickly this closes up. And Adam will get him here. He's going around turn 14. Adam will get him here on the exit of turn 14. Up the hill and pass. There he goes. And the leader back out in front. 74. Puts him a lap down. Alex Good in the Ferrari. I don't believe Alex normally runs the Ferrari, but running the number 79 Ferrari tonight. Alex Good, partner Atomic Racing, teammates of Ryan Fry. And P6, what a great effort tonight. Great performance tonight in this one. Yeah, Chris, that was quite the battle, huh? That was an amazing side-by-side battle, and I don't think it's over. I don't think that one's done. Dom's still right close. They're having to deal with some. As Dom goes wide through turn 5, they're having to deal with some very fast cars. As the leader coming up behind Ryan Fry. We'll get back to our through the field here in a minute. But, go back to Alex and then Gray Welch in P7. Ryan lets the leader by without incident. Catching up with Joe Fierro. So this battle for GT3 lead now getting close. As Sean Williams also gaining on the back. Oh, as they got more GTPs around the outside through the carousel. Crazy stuff. And here's Dom when they're going by side, and that's for position. This is, and Rich has the lane as he jumps out of that carousel down the kink. That was crazy. And Rich now on the inside of these two GTP cars. And that's Gray Welch. Okay, that was not our leader. That was Gray Welch in the 19 car staying back and staying out of the way. Let's go back to Alex where we were. Although that's really good action. Let's stay right there for a minute. This is a lap down car. Dom Ford trying to get around Gray Welch. And he has got Sean Williams trying a bit. As Gray dives into the pit lane. Dom was hoping he could get a little draft and pull away a little bit on that straightaway, but no help. No help from Tony Schultz today. Wow, that was just quite the run. As Adam Novotny puts our GT3 leader down a lap. Here on lap 15, we have 18 minutes left on the clock. That should be enough for 9 more laps. Yeah, we might make it to 22. These guys are flying at super high pace tonight. And because they might make it to 22, this could come out to fuel strategy or pit speed, or it takes about 45 seconds to get through pit lane here. So we'll see if that makes a difference, as the 48 car now being passed by second place Rich Hibbs, followed by Brandon Dooley right behind. So we were back at 79. This is Alex Good in sixth spot tonight. He is running really strong tonight, pretty much by himself right now. He does have Todd Schwartz back a few seconds, maybe, but Todd is a lap down. Todd went down a lap with that incident early on with Morgan Teggy, a little T-bone action. Had to tow that car back to the pits and get it fixed. Todd battling back here to P7, ahead of Gray Welch, who also just went into the pit lane. He is... where? There he is. Just 7 seconds behind as Gray comes out of the pits behind Todd, and we'll see if he can gain any ground there. Robert Forbes also been in a couple incidents tonight, not having a great night. He was up front early on, but battling back here in the back of the field, P9, as Vincent Tramontana and Mooney have both dropped out of the race. Hopefully they're here watching. Let me know you guys are here, so I know you guys are here. We do have viewers out there. If you guys, I know Chris is watching. Chris is enjoying this great action we were having on the racetrack. As Dom and Ryan, did that Ryan? Something happened. Something happened to Ryan in the pit lane. Ryan in the pit lane. Did he not get enough fuel? The GT3 car should have had enough fuel to go to the end. Ryan coming into pit lane, probably not real happy with that. He's dropped down to P4, and here comes Rick Wishon, also in the pits. Maybe these guys all forgot to get fuel. Alex Good is saying, see you guys, I'll take P4. Thanks. It was the easiest pass he's done all night. Now they did have unlimited fuel, so unless the guys, maybe they didn't catch it. Maybe they didn't catch the change and did not fuel the cars, but these guys are back out. Ryan out in front of Rick Wishon, and that is Gray Welch behind. He is a lap down, 12 seconds in front of Rick. And Ryan, not happy with that, back to P5 behind his team. Alex Good. Everybody kind of spreading out, having their own little time here on the racetrack. Everybody having their own little private time. Dom Ford back into P2 with that unwanted pit stop from Ryan Fry. Although he goes a little wide, just about loses it. So Sean Williams trying to gain still over a second between Dom and Sean for P2. Ryan still holding that fastest lap of the race with a 2:07.0 in the GT3 class. Adam Novotny out in front in GTP, now with a 6-second lead over Rich Hibbs. Adam is a master at this race car. No mistakes, no errors. Great launch off the start. Took the lead right away into turn one and has not looked back. Let's hope there's no commentator curse, because he still has 5 to go when he crosses the line. He's coming down into hurry downs, down into turn 8 right now. My favorite corner to hate as he goes through the carousel. No problem at all for Adam, as he's still putting down very, very fast laps. It should switch to last lap. We'll see what his last lap time is, maybe, if the ticker cooperates with me at all. Come on, ticker, help me out. 149.7, still just ripping off the laps. Rich Hibbs last lap, 149.6. So he's gaining, but not enough to write home about, just 1/10 of a second, with everybody else running in the 150s. So Adam Novotny out front, Rich Hibbs in second spot, Brandon Dooley in tow, about 3 seconds back from him. And that's your top three here as we are at Road America for the off-season race number 1 of the East West Racing Series. Big shout out to our sponsors, Stair Fittings Incorporated, orders.stairfittings.com. Make sure you check them out. If you need any parts for your stairs, give them a call. Tell Karen that Bigg Wizurd sent you. She'll help you out. She'd help you out anyway, but, you know, give her a plug for Bigg Wizurd, would you? Hey, another thing you can do that will help you out, one of our sponsors right there on the screen, gluten-free since 2007, Grandpa's Kitchen. Grandpa's Kitchen makes gluten-free flour and other products with that gluten-free flour. Has recipes and mixes on their website. These people are top-notch. Gluten-free all the way. These guys know gluten-free because they are gluten-free. I've tried all this stuff. I know these guys. I'm friends with these guys. And I'll tell you what, the brownies, the cookies, the muffins, anything they make with this stuff is stupendous. It's amazing. You would say, this is gluten-free? Because if you have been missing out on food that you love, cakes, cookies, you know, the good stuff that you need flour for, check them out. grandpaskitchen.com. And you know what? BWTV, you can use code BWTV and you can get a discount, 10% off. Let me see if I can make this work. Probably can't because, you know, I'm just not that good sometimes. But let me see if I can make it work. Here's your discount code right here in the middle of the screen here. Bigg Wizurd TV. BWTV is your discount code for grandpaskitchen.com. Run over there, type in the code, 10% off. Not once, not twice, every time. BWTV. There's your code right there. grandpaskitchen.com. Check it out. JNR Craftworks. I showed you the trophies at the beginning of the show. I'm not going to drag them in front of the screen right now to show them to you again, but I'm telling you what, JNR Craftworks can make. They make trophies. They make little Christmas tree ornaments. They make all kinds of cool stuff. They make plaques and racetrack outlines. And I mean, if you want one of those cool, what looks like some guy pumping iron, and which way would it go? This way? No, this way. Isn't that the racetrack we're on right now? Right there. That's it. You can get one. I'll make you one. Send it to you. Great prices. Great guy. Jeff. Not in the race tonight. He is off track tonight. But Jeff Wyatt, owner, JNR Craftworks. One of our racers out here on the circuit. JNRCraftworks.com. Check them out. I think that's enough about our sponsors. But hey, Brandon Dooley and P3 here. Let's go back up front. Our leader going around P4 as Ryan Fry has gotten back by Alex Good. Did Alex have to take a pit stop? Alex did stop. They said he was only in for a tenth of a second, so I'm not sure that's accurate. As you see on the bottom right, you can see they made a pit stop, and Robert Forbes took 56 seconds, Rick Wishon took 51 seconds, and Alex Good took 0.1 seconds. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know why that shows that. Maybe he started to dive into the pits and pulled back out. I don't know, but I didn't see it. But Alex Good back to P6, right behind Rick Wishon. He must have had some issue because he was up front, ahead of Ryan Fry and Rick Wishon, and those two went into the pits and he passed. So he must have gone through the pit lane to get fuel. I don't think you need to get fuel here, but we're going to find out as we're getting to the end of this thing. As our leader Adam Novotny is started lap 22, we've got 9 minutes left, or lap 20. This is definitely going to go all 22 with 9 minutes left on the clock. Only 3 laps to go. Rich Hibbs is gaining. He has cut that lead way down to 1.5 seconds. Rich really pouring it on. I think Rich is finally getting a hold of this car. It's probably taken him that long to get a hold of it. This car is a handful to drive, and one error at this point, one small mistake makes the race. So if Adam can run perfect for the next 2.5 laps, he's got this thing. If they have fuel, is he fuel saving? Is that why he's letting Rich catch? Does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? Does Rich have enough fuel to make it to the end? It was really tight. When I was racing these cars, I think 35 minutes was all I could get out of them. So they've got to be doing something to get them to the end of this race, which is going to be 40 minutes. Pretty close to 40 minutes long. the racetrack. The only battle on the track at this point is this one up front. And these two that cannot get away from each other. Dom is like a magnet. He can't get away from anybody. Sean Williams right on his tail now. About where Ryan Fry was earlier. Ryan now back to 4th due to his stop in the pit lane, which I'm sure he will be not making that mistake again on week number 4. Adam holding that 1.5 gap. Are they both fuel saving? Are they both pushing as hard as they can? Let's see if it switches over to last lap. See if they're still running in those 149s. They are. 149.3 to a 149.4. They are not fuel saving at all. Full tilt is what they're doing. And they must have enough to get to the end because they are just cruising now. Adam catching up with some lap traffic here. Goes into the grass. That's going to cause a little bit of a problem. But he hangs on to it coming down into turn 8. That was a great save. But that did lose about 0.4 of a second hitting the grass on the exit of turn 7. Going around the outside, around Dom Ford on the carousel. This is, and Rich was able to wait and catch him in the kink. Oh, I think Dom went off. Did Dom go off? No, he did not. My bad. Sorry, Dom. Because we're now down to a 1 second gap and 2. No, this is going to be the white flag. They're on lap 21. They're going to come by right now and get that white flag with a 1 second gap, 1 lap to go. Right down to the wire. This one's going to go all the way to the flag to see who wins this one. If they have enough fuel, which I certainly hope they do. Adam Novotny comes across to take the white flag. There's you see Bernie up there in the top right corner, man. Bernie, hardest working man on iRacing. He's going nuts with this flag up there. Rich Hibbs down to 0.6. Can he make anything happen with a great launch off of turn 3? Will Adam have the launch he needs to get down this long straight? This is the place, as they say in Utah. 0.8 second gap, holding its own. Rich did not get the jump he needed. Down into turn 5. Adam clean as can be if he keeps it going. Rich is going to gain a little bit, but at this point, it could be a drag race on the last straight. He might be able to get something as they go into the carousel down through the kink and the kettle bottoms. Maybe. He's still 0.6 back. They are coming up on the leader of the GT3 class right now as they hit the carousel. Hopefully Joe realizes that he's got the battle for the lead behind him. Does not let them by easily. Makes Adam go around the outside. Rich has to wait a little bit. That gives Adam a gap up to 0.7. He does get just a slight gain there as he's coming up on, that is Alex Good. Goes around quickly. And they did not affect too much, but the gap now 1.1 seconds. Oh, and Adam off in Canada corner on the final corner. On the final corner in the final time around, Adam Novotny takes a spin, goes deep, and he gets dropped back to P3 as Brandon goes by. Rich Hibbs is going to take this one. Thank you very much for sliding off and giving me the win. There goes Rich Hibbs up the hill, across the line to the checkered flag first. Rich Hibbs takes the win. Wow, that was crazy. Right at the last minute. Canada corner, turn 12. Arch nemesis of all race drivers. Canada corner braking and just not having a great time as Adam Novotny finishes in P3. Joe Fierro across the line in the 48 car. He has finished in the lead, followed by Dom Ford in the 33. And everybody's dropping off right now. We will go to scenic mode. But let's go back to the booth with everybody, back to the chat with everybody. That was amazing. What a race, what a finish. And what a not so happy Adam Novotny.
What happened, Adam?
Hey guys, it's Ron in the booth. We know what happened, don't we, Adam?
Rich's corner.
Adam
Richard! Canada
I'm
corner.
not saying it's connected, but
X-Files theme plays.
Rich, did you put some extra beer cans down there or something?
Yep.
Nothing in the
Canada
rule
corner.
book about it.
Canada corner bites on the final lap of the race. 1 second gap. Oh, congratulations, Rich, for hanging on to that and taking the win. Good job.
Thanks. That was a lot of hard pushing trying to catch Adam there. Sucks that he locked up and ran wide, but it is what it is.
Brandon, you had some great battles out there too. You and Rich, about midway in the race, just right door to door for quite a few laps. Not door to door,
Yeah.
but nose to tail at least.
yeah, it was fun. And I gave him a nice little tap when I had a huge run coming up to turn, whatever that is, the kink, turn 11. I was trying to go split a GT3 and him, and he kind of closed the door, and so did the GT3, so I kind of got sandwiched a little bit, but it was fun.
Yeah, it looks like you guys were real close there with just a couple to go, and he managed to get the advantage on that one. We had it all on live TV here with Bigg Wizurd TV. Adam, tough break there, buddy. Tough break. Lap 12, or final lap, turn 12.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, not happy. Joe Fierro picks up the win on GT3. Pretty much running clean all the time out there, Joe. Good run.
Thanks. It was a fun race. Got a couple of good battles there with Dom, but Ryan was helping me fighting with Dom, so I was able
Yeah,
to
he
get away.
was. Yes, he was. Dom, it seemed like you were the car magnet tonight, man. You had drivers in front of you, behind you, alongside you. Great battles all night. I could have put the camera on you all night and been fine.
Yeah, I got some good battles with Joe and with Ryan there. Unfortunately, Ryan had to pit, but it was fun racing with all of them.
Yeah, that battle with Ryan, I guess Ryan and a couple of guys I don't think knew that they could probably get enough fuel to go all the way. Yeah, great battle there, Sean. Showing your strength tonight, picking up that P3, standing on the podium.
Nice. Yep. It was a good run.
Good job.
Good battles with Dom.
Yeah, you were on his tail the whole time there, probably the last 5 laps. Right on it. Good racing all around. Thanks everybody for putting on a great show. On behalf of Bigg Wizurd TV, Stair Fittings Incorporated, Grandpa's Kitchen, and JNR Craftworks, this is Ron saying goodnight. Be careful out there. Be safe. Don't race on the road. Race with us here at iRacing. We have a lot of fun, as you can see, and everybody's invited. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.